Hey guys, I'm working on a couple of succulent planters today. These are a little bit different than all the other ones that I've done before. These ones can either be left flat or you can hang them up. They are made out of wood wine gift boxes. So check this out. I found these for $10 at Joann's. So they open up and you can stick a bottle of wine in here. And I think the point is that you can paint or decorate them however you want. Kind of like that right there. And so I'm going to be converting them into this. And I already finished this first one because I wanted to know exactly how to do it, because when I was walking down the aisles of the craft store, you know, the kind of idea came to me, but you never know all the little hiccups you can run into in the middle of the project. So now I know exactly how to do it. And two, I just really wanted to show you how awesome it can look. So you can leave these flat on any surface. You can put them upright, like on a bathroom counter or any side table, or you can hang them. So I'm going to be attaching some mounting hardware to the back so that I can hang it if I want, or I can leave it flat. So anyway, I'm gonna get started. All right, so first I'm gonna take this little wood piece out. It just slides right out, like that. We don't need this anymore, you can throw it away. Close it back up. Now I'm gonna flip it over and attach the mounting hardware, which I have down here somewhere. I'm gonna find the center and make a mark so that it hangs correctly. So we're at 4 1/4, so that's 2 1/8. Right there. So this is what I got at Home Depot to hang it. That's just in the section with all the picture hangers, and I'm not sure what it's called, but pretty common. Let's attach it here with my drill. Perfect. All right. So now that I've got my mounting bracket done, I'm going to drill holes. I'm going to drill one on each end of this. One is going to be the drain hole and one is going to be the watering hole. So when it's hanging like this, I can use this hole right here to drop a bunch of water with my syringe into the container. It'll water, and if there's any excess, it will come out the bottom. And I'm using the largest drill bit that was in the set. I don't know what size that is, but it's big. Now I'm going to stain it, and I'm using a gel stain in the color Walnut, and this is the stain that I used for the first one, and I want it to match. So here I go. I'm going to actually use gloves for like the first time. This gel stain, if you get it on your fingers, it takes forever to get it off. I know from experience. So these little gloves are helpful. I'm just using an old rag to stain because it's a lot easier and cleaner for me to use a rag when I've got a bunch of little areas I need to get into, instead of flipping stain all over the place with my paintbrush, because I tend to make a huge mess. So old crummy rags work really good. Okay, I think I got all of the spaces that need to be stained. Of course, I don't have to stain the inside because that's going to be planted. So I'm going to let it dry thoroughly, so probably about an hour. All right, it's been an hour and it's nice and dry. So I'm going to line the inside with a piece of plastic and then fill it with soil. Every single video that we put together that has to do with succulents, I get the question of what kind of soil mix I use. I really like to use Espoma's organic cactus mix. I've been using it for years and I really, really like it. In this project though, I'm going to be adding a little bit of pumice right here. General Pumice Products just sent me this bag, and I think it's a really great opportunity to try it because it lightens the soil a little bit and it holds moisture. So in these vertical planters, I think that's really important. So that's what I'm going to do. Now a nice thick layer of sphagnum moss on the top of the soil, and this will help keep the soil inside the box, nice and tidy. I'm kind of mounting it up kind of tall because the lid does have a little bit of space, and we need to take account for that so that when I tip it up right side up, it doesn't dislodge all of the soil. So I'm really going to have a nice mound going. All right, I left this side long on purpose so that I can fold it all the way over and tuck it in the side. So look at that, it's all contained in there really nicely. So what I'm gonna be doing is cutting slits in the plastic and planting inside that, and then in the very end, I'll be taking something sharp, probably a sharp screwdriver, and poking my drainage hole and my watering hole so that I can get water in there. So if you're wanting to do this project to lay it flat, you'll want to make sure to do your drain holes on the bottom instead of on this side. All right, for this part, I have a bunch of succulent cuttings here. Some have roots, some do not. And then I've got some decorator moss, which I'll be poking inside and around the succulents to keep them nice and tight in there, and a razor blade. And this is easy, you guys. All I do is cut a slit. Make a little room with my fingers here and plant. So a lot of you guys ask where I get my succulents, and all of these that I'm using for this project came from the Succulent Source, which is an online ordering resource. It's the succulentsource.com, and they send out whatever you need for projects. So either cuttings or anything that's rooted and already potted. So they've got a really good selection, and they're really awesome to work with. So that's where we get most of our succulents. Okay, got it done, and I think it looks really cute. So the thing about this is when you are letting them root, so these ones all had a little bit of roots on them already, but I'm gonna lay them flat for a couple weeks and let them just settle into their new home so that when I tip them upright, they don't all come falling out. If you use cuttings that don't have any roots at all, like fresh cuttings, you'll wanna wait probably 6 weeks or so before you turn it upright. But these are super low maintenance, super easy to take care of. I'll put them in a spot that gets about 4 to 6 hours of morning sunlight. And when I bring them inside for winter, because it's too cold where I live to keep them outside, I'll bring them in before frost, and then I'll put them in the brightest spot that I have in my house, and they'll be really happy. And then to water, of course I'm not gonna lift this up all the way. I have holes right here on the top and a hole on the bottom for drainage. So I'll just stick my syringe in the hole and we'll water that way. And any excess will come running out the bottom. So you may want to do that in a sink. Until they are rooted and they're still laying flat, I'll just gently ease my syringe in between the succulents and just give them a little bit of water, just enough to moisten the moss around the cutting. Not enough so that you've got any pooling inside the container. All right, you guys, that is all there is to this project. It's pretty easy. You don't need a whole lot of supplies, and honestly, it does not cost that much money. Like this one right here. So the case was $9.99 originally. I got it on sale for about $7. And then if you buy your hen and chicks in 4-inch containers, a lot of time there are a bunch all in one container. Like all these are green wheel is the variety. So all 3 of these slats came out of one 4-inch container, which was $3.99. And then the Rubicon Sempervivums, I have a whole bunch left over. So just, $1 or $2 for those. So you're really not looking at that much of an investment. And that's why I thought this project was really cool. When I was walking through Joann's and saw these, I thought, well, that is such a great inexpensive alternative to the more spendy vertical planters that we see out there. And they're smaller, so you can fit them into littler spaces in your house. I like stuff like that. So I hope it was inspirational to you. I'm having problems finding these exact boxes online, so I don't think we'll be able to provide you with a link. But like I said, I got them at Joann's craft and fabric stores. We have one here in my hometown. They did not have any more left. I went today to pick up a 3rd one and they were all sold out. So I'm hoping they get more in. If you have one of these stores in your town, I hope you can find one. But the whole point of this is just to be inspiration. Like when you're walking through a store, think outside the box and just, I don't know, think plants when you see stuff. I always do. Like when I saw this box, I thought, sweet, that is a light box, so it can be hung from a wall and it has holes in the front. So I can plant something out of that. So that's the whole point of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.